In your life, you will have a lot of changes, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of obstacles to overcome. But in your life, you will have many loves as well. As a boy, your first love is your mother. She's always there for you. She always takes care of you. It is truly unconditional love until you become an adult, for sure. Then that can change. But throughout your life, you will have girlfriends, you will have best friends, you have people come in and out of your life. But there's one thing that is a huge change that you will love forever, that you will gain unconditional love for. And that is your children. And it changes people so much. I know it's changed myself. I never thought I could love anybody like I love my children. And that change can be crazy for some people because then you truly have someone in your life that you are responsible for your entire life. And it brings a lot of things into perspective for most men. That's when a lot of guys start to get their stuff together and they're like, wait a second, I have people that are depending on me. I have these little children that I created that look up to me. And then they stop, being losers, basically. And they really start to care because everybody else in your life, doesn't matter if it's your mother, your father, your wife, your girlfriend, those people, it's easier for those people to be like, oh yeah, that's just who he is, blah, 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 blah. But when it's your children, when those little things are looking up to you, you start to change and you have feelings that you've never had before. And I'm talking about myself. But these little children can change everything for you. And they are a joy, maybe 10% of the time, I'm not going to lie. It's hard. It's hard having children, but they do make things magical again. I know that you can basically do everything that you've done before, and they think it's the coolest thing in the world. It's straight magic. Like you can show them things that you've seen 1,000 times, and they think it's the coolest thing, or just playing with them from day to day, and they find so much enjoyment with it. And it's hard because most guys, like, we're on our grind or we're working or we have other things going on in our lives. But we have to slow down and enjoy the time that we have with them because it goes so fast. It goes so fast. It really does. And I know for me, I find it really hard to enjoy the moment because I'm always looking into the future. And it's not the best thing, but I know it's something that I have to work on is enjoying the future or enjoying the present and not worry about the future with my children. But that unconditional love is crazy. And I don't know how to explain it. It's something that's built in. That's why when people are like, "Oh, I'm not going to have children," it's crazy that some people would even consider not having children. And I've said it before. It's a selfish thing. It's either they are irresponsible, or just they can't find somebody to have children with. So then they just decide not to. And it's also ingrained into our culture now that you can be happy without children. And I don't see, like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it because you look at all these people that are like in their 50s, 40s, and they don't have children. It's like, what do they do? There's all these little selfish endeavors that they have. And they all love children. Everybody loves children. So they feed themselves this lie that they don't need children, that it's 2024 and you can be happy by yourself. You don't need to have somebody else to have children with. Or even worse, they have children by themselves. A lot of women are just freezing their eggs. They're just like getting some random donor and having children. Let me tell you, growing up without both parents is rough and it's not fair. Imagine being born into this world and your mother, who you love, said, oh yeah, I just picked some random dude to create you. It's like, what? Like a test tube? Like am I like a robot? Like what is going on here? It's it's mind blowing that you would put a child through that, and then most of them will always just be looking for that mystery person for the rest of their life, or they will just never know, and it will be an empty void inside of them forever. But you as the parent justifies it and says, "Oh no, no, they will be okay. They have me. They have my they have my tribe. Your tribe. What? Some random dude?" Like, and then they think that they can find these male role models to help raise their children, and they can for a certain time until that male role model finds another woman and has kids with them, and then that woman says, "Hey, like it's weird. You're taking care of that kid. Like take care of your own kid." And then boom, like then you're creating more problems for this child, and it's ridiculous. But even people that have children, like I know everyone, even probably myself, people imagine me having children. It's just like, wow, I can't believe that dude has children. But I love being a father so much. It is so great. I love having all this crazy like fun with my kids. Like I think I'm a great dad, and I have I have fun with my children. I play around with them constantly, and I enjoy doing things with them. We cook, we watch movies, we play outside, we go to the pool, we do so many different things, and it's a joy to my life. It's definitely an added bonus to to being a man is having children, and it is creating the next generation. And right now it is super hard and taxing on myself because I feel so much love for my children that when they go to school, I'm worried about them. When they're out of my sight, I worry about them. And hopefully it gets better, and I believe it will. The older that they get, the more that I can teach them. And I know that they will be prepared for the world with what I'm going to teach them and the example that I set for them. I'm going to be super honest with them about everything in life and let them know that everything that I have done for them and everything I do for myself is for a reason. And they will have that backing, and it'll make them stronger understanding that. And I just can't wait for the future. My kids are going to be powerhouses, and they're going to know everything that I know, and I'm going to help them with their future. And it's going to be great. They are going to have great lives. And that's the way it should go after generation to generation to generation. They should only get better. And I know from my grandfather who helped raise me to my mother and my stepdad to myself, like the lives have only gotten better. And they're different in different aspects, but that that love that you have for your children and your grandchildren is crazy. Is crazy, and it's a human thing. It's a very very human thing that isn't like anything else. It's not just love, but it's a transfer of knowledge and experience that is is like nothing else. But that unconditional love will go away around adulthood. I truly believe that because you've heard so many stories about people that be like, oh, no, I can't, I can't deal with them, or they're too much. So it can stay. You just need a level of competency. I always say competency. Like as long as you're average or you're okay, you will always have that love forever. And of course, if you're kind and you care about other people and you're doing things for the right reasons, it's not that hard. That's why when someone says that they have an issue with their parents and it's not their parents, it's about how they feel about their parents or something, I just know those people are usually weak. Are usually weak. It's like, oh yeah, they don't accept me for XYZ. It's like because it's what you're doing. or your parents are just bad people. But usually, people that blame their parents for the situation that they're in, those people are just are pathetic. They really are, because everyone has crazy parents or reason that they the ways that they grew up, especially if you grew up poor or without means. It's hard. I can only imagine how it was for my mother growing up, three boys by herself. That's hard. That's crazy. So the things that, like, me and my brothers find the experience is different. Like, I remember my mom going off the rails from time to time, but what she did as a whole was amazing. So you have to put yourself in your parents' shoes with the means and um, the opportunities that they had and what they were able to do. Like, I will always love my mother and respect my parents, no matter what. But the unconditional love does go both ways. And with time, you will understand that when you do have children, and your lives will change so much when you do have children. Everything will change, and it's hopefully for the better. And you made the good decision on who you want to have children with, because it's one of the biggest decisions you can make with your life. Because it is so irresponsible to have children with someone that is shitty. Like, if you have children and you leave that person, that happens. But it should be with good people. And you got to try your best, and hopefully you don't make a mistake like that.